What's going on, everyone? It's Alexander Carnero, and we need to talk about Ethereum. It's been rough for the world's second largest cryptocurrency. Ethereum was once unstoppable, the DeFi darling, the NFT king. But lately, the price has been struggling, and concerns are popping up. Network congestion, high gas fees, and competitors are gunning for Ethereum's throne. So in this video, we're diving deep into Ethereum's current struggles. Let's be real, the price of ETH has taken a hit. While every crypto experiences volatility, this feels different. We're not just talking about a little dip here, but a prolonged period of underperformance. This raises serious questions about Ethereum's long-term viability. Look, one of Ethereum's biggest strengths has always been its first-mover advantage. But being first doesn't mean you'll always be the best, and Ethereum's age is starting to show. The network is feeling its age, with congestion and slow transaction speeds becoming common. Remember when Ethereum was the only game in town? Those days are long gone. Competition has exploded, with new blockchains popping up left and right. These platforms address Ethereum's weaknesses, attracting developers and users at an alarming rate. When big money moves out, it's never a good sign. Unfortunately, we've seen institutional investors pulling back from Ethereum recently. Until those questions are answered, expect more big players to shift focus elsewhere. So, is this it for Ethereum? Is the dream over? It's not that simple. Ethereum still has a lot going for it. To survive and thrive in this competitive landscape, Ethereum needs to evolve. Let's dive into Ethereum's performance metrics compared to its biggest competitors. Looking at transactions per second, transaction costs, and energy consumption, Ethereum is falling behind. The competition is fierce, and Ethereum must step up to maintain its market leader position. This isn't just about tweaks, it's about building a platform for the future of finance and technology. Let's be honest, gas fees have been a major pain point for Ethereum users for far too long. High gas fees create a barrier to entry, stifle innovation, and harm the entire ecosystem. Ethereum needs a solution, and it needs to find it fast. Security is paramount in cryptocurrency, and any blockchain that wants to be taken seriously needs a rock-solid track record. Ethereum is generally considered secure, but it's not immune to vulnerabilities. Ethereum must prioritize security above all else, as one major breach could be catastrophic. As the demand for decentralized applications grows, so does the strain on the Ethereum network. We're seeing this with sky-high gas fees and slow speeds. Can Ethereum handle that volume? That's the question. Developers are the lifeblood of any blockchain ecosystem, and Ethereum has always prided itself on having the largest and most active developer community. But lately, there have been whispers of discontent. This is a worrying trend for Ethereum because if it loses the support of its developers, it risks losing everything. You can't ignore the power of perception. Right now, market sentiment around Ethereum is mixed. They point to its technical limitations and governance challenges, and its inability to keep pace with competition. The regulatory landscape for cryptocurrencies is evolving, and governments worldwide are taking a closer look at this emerging asset class. Regulation can be a double-edged sword. The key is finding a balance between fostering innovation and protecting investors. In the fast-paced world of crypto, strategic partnerships make all the difference. Fortunately for Ethereum, it attracts some pretty big names. These partnerships are crucial for Ethereum's success, bringing credibility, resources, and real-world use cases. Let's talk about Ethereum 2.0. This upgrade has been in the works for years, promising to address many of the platform's pressing issues. The hope is that Ethereum 2.0 will be a game-changer, reclaiming its position as the king of smart contracts and decentralized applications. Perception is reality, as they say. In cryptocurrency, where hype and speculation reign, public perception can make or break a project. Ethereum must control the narrative and remind the world why it was revolutionary. Let's cut to the chase. Adoption is everything in technology. Ethereum remains the leading platform for decentralized applications, with a thriving ecosystem of developers, users, and businesses. However, its growth has slowed recently, facing stiff competition from rivals eager to steal its market share. Imagine driving down a highway during rush hour, but instead of cars, it's transactions. And instead of traffic jams, it's network congestion. This congestion leads to slow transaction speeds and those dreaded high gas fees. It's a major pain point for users, and Ethereum needs to solve it for mainstream adoption. Sustainability is increasingly important in all aspects of our lives, and the tech industry is no exception. Now Ethereum is transitioning to a more environmentally friendly proof-of-stake model with its 2.0 upgrade. But until that transition is complete, Ethereum will continue to face scrutiny over its environmental impact. Every successful project needs strong leadership and a clear vision for the future. And fortunately for Ethereum, it has Vitalik Buterin, its brilliant co-founder, at the helm. The future of Ethereum depends on the ability of its leaders to navigate challenges and steer the ship in the right direction. Ethereum is facing serious challenges. Can it adapt and evolve fast enough to keep up with the rapidly changing blockchain landscape? The answer remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. So, there you have it, a look at the struggles facing Ethereum, and the big question of whether it can turn around. What do you think? Is Ethereum destined for greatness, or is it headed for a fall from grace? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed, stay invested, and stay ahead of the game.